like I say, Rodney was stupid. Rodney believed the lies. Rodney believed the propaganda. Rodney believed the all the other stuff. So many other white people were like they're gonna help us. They're our friends. Oh, they're so nice. They're gonna treat us like kings. They love us. And it's like you stupid. They're attacking Germany and they're attacking and killing hundreds of people and they're losing way more men to do it than than they are. You know, it's like I was defending and we were doing 2 to 1 or 10 to 1 ratio or probably like almost sometimes 100 to 1 ratio of basically black to white, black to us basically. Um, so I mean, they were taking our city at great cost. Of course, I mean, for that black king. I mean, you know, I mean, he was basically just getting other people to go attack for him. So I mean, you know, and I understood his side. Like, I mean, you know, he wanted to be a king. You know, and he had no kingdom really, so he would attack a kingdom and basically try and take it over. So I mean, like I say, me and him. I mean, we were. I mean, you know, I was the defender and he was the conqueror, and that's how these things go in war and time and space. Like so, you know, like I said, there's a lot of things he didn't know. He didn't know we had the light intensification. He didn't know that we had quite as much as we did, and he didn't know that we were evacuating um, Germany and Spain. And it really didn't matter because you know he was just you know taking what they could get. So I mean, like I say, Rodney and the other ones. They're the stupid idiots because they're like, oh, they want to treat us like a king. They're going to treat us like a king. Yes, it's just the problem with these other people. They don't work hard enough and blah blah blah. It's all the mixed colors' fault and this and that. And they were just you know they're you know eating at the trough of that black guy. Like I mean, he knew what he was doing. You know, I mean, he knew everything. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he knew, and he was planning on betraying them the whole fucking time. Of course, and they all died. You know, he was like, he had no respect for them either because it's like because these white kids were actually believing him. These girls and these guys actually thought that they would be king and that he was going to share his black women with them. And it was going to be a happy time. And yes, have more drugs, have more cars. Yes, of course. Once we get these people out of the way, it's all yours. And yeah, once they got their opposition out of the way, it was a slaughter. He killed all the white males and they raped the shit out of every single white female that was there. All those kids. Every single one. And other ones. And Germans. Like they just had their way with everything. Of course. I mean, you know, they raped and killed millions. Or hundreds of thousands or whatever. All the people that we couldn't get out. We tried to get out as many, but I mean, we were moving like I don't know, 1 million people, 2 million people. I mean, there's population records for those days. But I mean, so I mean, I only had so many ships, and every single one of my ships, it was going full loaded in over to America and Mexico. We were literally moving Europe. We were literally moving almost half of Europe to America and Mexico, and the rest of the people were trying to get up into Russia, basically. We were trying to get as many people up in there and into the mines and the caves and the towns up in there, but it's also a food problem too. It's like, what are they going to eat? You know, so a lot of them we were taking as much food as we could up there to help them hold out, but they couldn't hold out for more than 6 months. So, you know, a lot of people were going to be starving. So, I mean, like I said, I mean, we were losing Germany. So, because there was a lot more black people than there were white people at that time, you know, and so like I mean, you know, and like and like a lot of people in Europe were like it's just gonna be white and black over here, and it's gonna be peace and prosperity, and it's just the black that want to come live with us. Yes, 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 and it's like, wow. For one thing, you don't have any sun. It's always in the dark. I mean, it's always cloudy up there, so you're all white practically, and you're just letting an invading army in. And once they get in with the guns, that's it. It's over. And that's exactly what happened. There's a lot of people that were like, "Don't go, don't go. They mean us peace. They're just trying to get across to our land or whatever." Anyway, there was a lot of people that were trying to say that everything was going to be okay, that it was fine, that the black people weren't all that bad, and those were just the people that had gotten benefits from black people in Africa and were paid and all that other stuff. And then right after they were slaughtered. So, I mean, yeah, I'm sorry, but being stupid, it's descendants. So they were raped and slaughtered, and they plus a lot more people died. So it was kind of it was like wow, oh shit. But like I said, I had a backup plan. I'd already had a backup plan. 5 to 7 years. What Mr. Black Kingdom Leader didn't really realize is that I had started building tanks and also started. I was like, this is gonna get bad. We're fucked. Like even before the city fell, even before they breached the battlements, as soon as we ordered the evacuation or started to evacuate, we were evacuating people as quietly as possible because we didn't want because when you start doing evacuation, then they're like, oh, attack, because they think because they're like, whatever, and that happens a lot of times too because when you're trying to evacuate, it's hard to mount a defense or whatever. So anyway, that happens sometimes. But anyway, though, the thing was that I was well I'm a hero basically no matter what, and had a lot of respect out of it pretty much because all of Spain and all of Mexico realized that I had this plan in the works this whole time, like 7 years before or 12 years before, basically, we had started to build in Mexico and build in America and build up along the coast there, knowing that eventually it's going to go, because I was like, we're never going to be able to hold this place. They're going to get in. So I was like, all right, well, I guess the people that are here will have to hold out as long as they can. So we were just doing massive invasion, massive migration over to America, and that's what happened, and so like I said, it would have been a lot worse there would have been no coming back from that because like we would have lost the whole enchilada to black people, and that would have been it. And as it was, the general who the black general who did the attack, I mean, he was happy. I mean, even though he didn't care about losing 500,000 or 5 million people. Why would he care? He was living like a king. He had his choice of the cars, he had the choice of the houses, he had the choice of everything. And a lot of other black people were like laughing and having a good time because like they had just won. So for about 35 years, about 3 or 4 years or 5 years, basically, they lived like kings while everyone else just basically got shot and raped. And it was chaos. And they just did whatever they wanted. They drove the take rounds, they blew up any house they wanted, they did whatever they wanted. They raped and killed a lot of people. Like everybody knew that it was over. So, my last defense would actually be in America. So, anyway, which it was. I was the American president for quite a while and was able to actually even retake Germany. Like I said, we retook Germany. But I mean, the general didn't care about that either. He was like, I came, I saw, we had fun, we raped a lot of women, and then and then he went bye bye. So he didn't care. He had a great time. He got to see all the sights. He got to rape all the women. I mean, it was a win-win situation for him. No matter what, he was going to come out a winner. So that's why he did it. It's like, so 2 million people died. He said. So, I mean, but yeah, he lost a lot of black people. But he said there's always going to be more. So to him, it didn't really matter how many people he lost. So anyway, he spent most of his life doing this attack with a bunch of other people. So it's like his great feast of resistance, the great downfall of Germany and LSR. Well, it wasn't really my downfall because, like I said, I had America. So, and I also had China, and China knew the deal too. And there was a lot of Chinese people that were down there too, trying to help out, trying to stem the tide too. I mean, they fought the war too. Like we all lost together. So